Hey people, how's it going? We're in the Trade of Blades, and we're going to get the henchman quest out of the way. So, yep, I do.
I know you. You were at the academy during the slaughter of the students. You were there when the assassins came.
Yep, I was. Who are you? I'm Grimnaw, a monk of the Order of the Long Death. The grisly account of the academy is no great secret, Joe, not to those who seek such things out. Tell me, as you stood amidst the blood-soaked corpses of your fellow students, did you gaze upon the face of death? Did you look into his cold eyes and feel his icy touch upon your soul? What sort of skills do you have? Much like the members of your own order, a monk of the Long Death learns skill to serve the will of the master. I'm a disciple of torment and a messenger of death, the Silent Lord. I bring the absolution of pain and anguish to my enemies and prepare them for a brutal and purifying end. In truth, my skills are no different from any soldier or hired blade, though I embrace the beauty and perfection of my enemy's death with a zeal others often lack. Why are you in Neverwinter? The foul taint upon the city, death, true permanent death, is perfect in its absolute finality. Pain, suffering, anguish, torture, these are the tools that prepare us for my master's soothing embrace. But this plague is unnatural. Its victims never pass to the embrace of the Silent Lord. The wailing death is a blight upon the world that must be ended. Oh shit, I did that, by the way. You want to come to a party? So far I've uncovered no answers on my own that might help the epidemic, though I'm eager to search the beggar's nest. What's in there now? I've heard rumors that the blighted district zombies walk the streets. Not anymore. It would be reasonable to imagine there's some connection between the undead and the unnatural. Yeah, there is. Look, if you come with me, I tell you all about it. Monks of the Long Death rarely join with those outside our order, but I sense the mark of my masters upon you. Look, I was really drunk. When the last time I was in Luskin, and you know how things go. A storm of blood swirls around you. Anguish and death will follow in your way, just as it did the academy. Yet there are many who death will follow in this city. Many are willing to pay for my services. My fee to join your cause is 200 gold. How about 150? Ah, yes, alright, that's good. My hands will deal death to your enemies, and all my skills are yours to command. Alright.
Is there something you need?
Let's talk. Conversation is one way to pass the time until the Silent Lord comes to claim us. What do you wish to speak about? I'd like to know more about you. I would ask Joe that you tell me about yourself first. I'm eager to know what type of woman I have allied myself with. Why do you serve this plague-ravaged city? What possesses you to venture out in the streets amidst the bloated, swollen corpses and the burning funeral pyres? Money. XP. I'll go with this. I see too much death and suffering from the plague to stand idly by. The plague brings upon the people of this city. It cannot truly be called death. There's no final release for the victims of this illness into the waiting grasp of the Silent Lord. True death, the ultimate end of existence, is the one perfect absolute in a flawed world of uncertainty. The Order of the Long Death understands this. Tell me about your order. We bring pain, torment, and anguish to the denizens of the world to prepare them for the release of death. We spread devastation. We seek to tear down, to obliterate, and to destroy. The monks of my order bow down to death, Jote. We may swear allegiance to another, but only as it serves the will of the Silent Lord. So, who's the Silent Lord? My order does not bow down before any god. We worship death itself, in all its carnations. Gods are transient. Even a god may die. Bane, Baal, Cyric. But death itself was always present. The Silent Lord is the name we give to the concept, the very essence of death. We all serve death in one way or another. It was only after I left Mithril Hall to join the Order that I truly came to understand this. Is that where you came from? I spent several years at Mithril Hall in the service of Brunar Battlehammer before I joined the Order of the Long Death. Well, kind of figured that. There was no place for me among the clans at the Mithril Hall. I was shunned and reviled by my own kind. What do you mean? Not the time to speak of it. Let's return to our mission.
Is there something you need?
More talky. Conversation is one way to pass the time until the Silent Lord claims us. What do you wish to speak about? Continue your story? Okay. I've been reluctant to speak of my time at Mithril Hall, but you will not let the matter rest. When Brunar Battlehammer claimed the throne at Mithril Hall not 20 years ago, he kindled a fierce racial pride in all dwarves of the north. I was one of many who flocked to Brunar's banner, one of many who came to battle the denizens of the Underdark and drive them from the mines beneath Mithril Hall. Did they reject you because you— Well, no, because he was there. He wasn't part of the Order yet. Test logic. They wouldn't accept you. This was long before I joined the Order of the Long Death, and at first Mithril Hall welcomed me, for even then I did not fear death, and I was eager to inflict upon my enemies. For many among Brunar's followers who shared my love of battle and the reckless fury with which I slaughtered my foes, but none of them appreciated the terrible beauty of what was all around us. Have you ever heard the glorious chorus of screams of dying drow echoing in the chambers of a dwarven mine, or paused in battle to taste the palatable spectre of death descending on the field like a cool mist? Have you ever stood over a dying comrade, drinking in his pain and fear as his life bleeds away, gazing into his eyes to glimpse the terrible understanding that shining through the final instant death claims him? I've killed some people, if that's what you mean. After the battles, I would walk among the scattered corpses, fascinated by the truth of their deaths. The others found it disturbing. I knew, but I couldn't stop. The compulsion was too strong. There we go. As I wandered amidst the twisted, mangled bodies and gazed into the masks of agony forever frozen on their faces, I understood. Drow, Durgar, dwarf, in death we're all the same. In death we are all perfect. I tried to share my revelations with my brothers in arms, but they did not understand. They only looked at me with horror and disgust. They were weak. I left Mithril Hall shortly after my revelation in search of something. I found the Order of the Long Death. I suppose I cannot blame my fellow dwarves for their reaction. The acceptance of death is not easy, even among my order. There are those who cannot face the Silent Lord when their time comes. What do you mean? I'm sorry, but I should not have said anything about this. This is a matter that must be solved by those of my order. Maybe it's something I can help you with. It's not time to speak of this. Let us return to our mission. The Silent Lord's hunger will not be sated by mere words. Alright. Come on. Come on, Biscuit. Let's go. It's time for adventure. So we need to go to the Black Lake District. Shut up. Friggin' prophets. What the? Go. Where's my monk?
Can I help you?
Do you guys actually say anything? Oh, there he is.
What?
Oh, you. Okay.
Hello?
I think Grimnaw's wearing my old robes. Alright. We need to go. There's a house right there. I thought I'd been everywhere. But I don't have his quest item. And I'm pretty damn sure you can't sell it. I don't know. Maybe I'm having flashbacks to where we got jumped over here. Oi, shitballs! Ooh, he's stunning him. Kicking their butts. I totally called it. Totally called it. Alright. Maybe we did not go in this house. Could have sworn it was everywhere.
Your
Hey.
blood shall spill.
Die!
That's weird. You guys drop anything? Well, apparently it's not in here. There we go. This looks like a good place. Let's cast light on the subject. Come here. There we go.
Is there something you need?
Talk. Continue story. I told you earlier this was a matter for those of my order, but you've proven yourself to be an agent of the Silent Lord. Death follows you wherever you go. Natch. You're not one of the Sisters of Long Death, Joe, but you're a monk, as am I. You understand the duties and responsibilities owed to one's order. I've not been completely honest with you about my reasons for coming to Neverwinter. I came here in search of someone. Who? Her name is Alaganda. Like me, she was a disciple studying to enter the Order of the Long Death. We often trained together in anticipation of our initiation. I will not describe our initiation rituals to you, but the Silent Lord claims many who understand them. Only a few who survive, as I did, are welcome into the Order of the Long Death. Probably gotta die first. But Alaganda could not bear to face her own mortality. Ah, I called it. And on the morning of her initiation, she fled, breaking the vows she swore when she first joined the Order. And you followed her. I did not follow her right away. The ravages of the ritual left me broken and weak. When I recovered, my instructor came to me and told me what I must do. Alaganda denied the Silent Lord that which is rightfully his. For this she must die. And because I am the lone survivor of the most recent initiation, I'm the one given the privilege of killing her. If I'm ever to advance further into the Order of the Long Death, I must bring back proof of Alaganda's death to my masters. What kind of proof? Alaganda always wears a forged silver ring embossed with a crest for family, a soaring falcon against a full moon. After wearing it for so many years, the ring will not fit over her finger, and she would never willingly remove the ring while she lives in any case. The Silent Lord has many tools to reap his harvest. Alaganda may have succumbed to the plague or other misfortune, but I will search the city until I either kill her or find the ring that proves she's already dead. I'll help you. I will not rest until the ring that proves Alaganda has been taken by the Silent Lord, though I know my chances of success are few. Is this the ring you're looking for? Yes! This is the proof I needed. Now I know she's been taken by the Silent Lord. She was a fool to flee. There's nowhere we can run that death cannot find us. I have no gold or treasure to reward you, but there's one thing I can offer. A small token, but it's all I have. You have proven yourself a true servant of the Silent Lord, Joe. Take this amulet. All who join the Long Death are given a silver talisman. Thank you. It will not save you from the Silent Lord when he finally chooses you. It will grant you some protection from succumbing to those who would deliver you into his grasp before your appointed time. Eventually I will return to my order and report Alaganda's death to them, but this can wait until your mission here is done. The mark of death is upon you, Jote. As long as I stay by your side, I know I will serve the will of the Silent Lord. Neat.
Is there something you need?
Level up. Hey, let's go. Alright, come on, Pickles. You know what I could do? Come here. Amulet of the Long Death. There we go. Alright.
Is there something you need?
Part ways. I think it's just time. There we go. 1 down, 3 to go. See if we can crank out another one. Hey. What the hell keeps blocking my path there? Dude! Let me save. I think we got time. Let's talk to
Who's this?
Sherwin.
Some poor soul straggling in off the diseased streets?
Yep.
Are you here to join our ranks and beg for an employer? Or are you actually here to hire someone?
Who are you? My name is Sherwin. I call the city my home. I seek adventure and excitement. If you seek the same, you'll be smart to hire me to accompany you. What skills do you have? I'm a caster of bardic magic, a master of all skills, and a teller of the oldest legends. And with or without your help, I intend to achieve my own fame. I suppose such talk may make me seem arrogant to you, my lady. If so, I don't particularly care. I knew I hated her for a reason. I've known the path I was on for a long time. I left behind a life of riches to live the life of a bard. You're right, you are arrogant. Surprise, surprise, I don't care what you think. Don't kill her. Don't kill her. Don't kill her. Get her thing first. Get her gloves. God. My own family had had its way. I would be by now comfortably married to a wealthy man I could never respect, bored to tears my large Black Lake district mansion. How odd a game the fates play. My family lies mostly dead now, and Black Lake is full of frightened fools who bury their heads in the sand and pretend the plague won't touch them. Help me. Might you be able to illuminate to me this nature of your mission? No. Have it your way. Your mission is bound to be exciting. My skills don't come cheaply. I'll follow you gladly to the best of my ability, provided my price is met. 200 gold? How about 150? Oh, alright. Haha. God, I hate her.
Yes? Is there something you need?
Talk. About what? You? You'd like to know more about me, wouldn't you? All right, Joe. I'm game for a little chit-chat. I want to ask you something first. Oh, God. Why are you on this mission of yours? Why work for Erebeth at all? One question. One question. Did she bat those pretty elven eyelashes at you? Or is some other force at work here that I'm unaware of? She promised me money. Is that all there is to it? Wealth and power? Are you sure? There are many other ways to become rich other than performing great deeds, you know. I desire fame above all else. I want to walk the path that others haven't, to make my own legend rather than recount others. I want to be thrilled and awed by my life, and when I look back on it, to regret nothing. This may seem shallow to you. I have my reasons. However, and I ask no one's approval. What do you think then, Joe? Do I have a chance at those things? IDK. True enough, adventure can lead to death and obscurity. One can never tell. Far better to make the attempt, I think. Far better even to perform great deeds and remain unknown than to even try. I know where the normal path leads, believe me. The path of the expected, the path that everyone else wants you to lead. Down that path lies oblivion. Yeah. I'm just gonna agree, just hurry this shit up. You do? Yes, I'd expect your life is just about as far from normal as one can walk, isn't it? You understand whereof I speak. If you wish, I'll tell you a tale sometime about my family, how I became what I am today. You'll probably be bored to tears. I'm certainly not the stuff of legends yet, but it's up to you. Now. No, I'm not in the mood to tell you just yet. Of legends and fairy tales, but only tell stories about myself when I'm ready.
Yes.
Oh yeah?
Is there some...
Talk. Suppose I did offer. Very well. My family actually made my mother. She's the only true family I have left. I never met my father. He and my mother parted ways before I was born. Mother was an adventurer, you see. A mage, in fact, of some skill. That's what other people have told me. However, as mother would never discuss it, she left that life behind along with my father to marry a man of wealth. You don't approve? Perhaps not now. I didn't know any better then. My mother considered her past nonsense, as she had much more important things to think about. My mother wanted wealth. She wanted to live a life of jewelry, of carriage rides, and a fine mansion in Black Lake. Her husband was a means to an end. She left behind her magic, and instead spent her life spending money, far more money than my stepfather could ever afford. She didn't care a whit for his complaints so long as he kept providing her coin. When he died unexpectedly, she was devastated, not because he was gone, but because he left behind a mountain of debts. She was terrified at the thought of being poor. So she returned to magic? No. My mother had left that behind after all. Once you've lived a life of luxury, it's difficult to believe that anything exists beyond it. She formed a desperate plan. Although she rarely saw me when I was a child, now she had need of me. I was a comely young woman, and she would need me to wed a wealthy bachelor. Not for my benefit, of course, but for her own. I was so meek and accustomed to being ruled by her, I couldn't even conceive of an objection. My mother had an eye on young Lord Farthington. He would never stoop to marry poor nobility, however, not unless he desired me. I would have to seduce him. I had intended to. I went to Lord Farthington's estate to attend a party held in his honor, my mother meaning us to meet. So when we arrived, I was awestruck by the size of the hall. There were so many people dancing I could barely take it in. The music was beautiful. I stepped onto the floor and approached the man my mother pointed out. I was nervous, but the man was handsome and kind and witty. I fell in love with him immediately. Mother grabbed me away from him angrily not long later. I had mistaken her directions. It was not Lord Farthington I had danced with. It was far too late for my heart, however. Your mom wasn't happy about that. She was furious, since I never got to meet Lord Farthington. She was even worse when it was discovered who I'd met. His name was Dannon, a penniless apprentice bard in the service of Lord Farthington. I was utterly in love with him. Mother told me to forget about him. I couldn't, however, despite the possibility we might lose everything. Love can happen. I was young and blind and hopeless. I fell for the first man that showed interest in me. Not that my mother intended for that to stop us. I had a choice, obviously. Take the path I was expected to and seduce Lord Farthington, or run off with a penniless bard. I should have done one or the other, as it turned out. I made a mess of everything. Being a young fool, I suppose that was expected. I'll tell you what happened later, perhaps. Let's just continue with what we were doing. How about no?
Yes? Is there something?
Talk. Story. Okay. I should have run off with Dannon, or turned him aside completely. I did neither, so I was unwilling to disobey my mother. Instead, I seduced Lord Farthington as she wished, and loved my bard in secret. Dannon was kind to me. He enthralled me with his music, and I adored him. Lord Farthington, on the other hand, was really lustful and possessive, and my mother was overjoyed. I couldn't have lasted long. No, it's true, these things are bound to come to an end, of course. I wish I'd known that. As the date of my marriage to Lord Farthington grew closer, he began to suspect that something was amiss. I spent far too much time away from him, and in Dannon's arms. It was all my mother could do to convince him that I was truly his love, and it was she who finally discovered me in the arms of my bard. Did she have Dannon killed? She had the guards chase him away, but they weren't able to kill him. That didn't stop me from loving him either. Mother turned on me then, forbade me to see Dannon ever again. I was to marry Lord Farthington, and that was all there was to it. I refused at first. I loved Dannon, and nothing else mattered, so she begged me. That proud woman got on her knees with tears in her eyes and begged me not to abandon her to poverty. I could do what was expected. Save my mother and marry a man whom I did not love, or I could run off to the unknown with Dannon. And you chose Dannon. I struggled with my decision, for I had never had to make up my own mind. The thought of that dreary life with Lord Farthington frightened me so. I chose Dannon. Lord Farthington was outraged. He tried to have Dannon and me executed. We were forced to flee without a copper between us. My mother was crushed. She was turned out from noble society, she feared, and lost everything to repay my stepfather's debt. What did you do? I fled from Neverwinter with Dannon, and we traveled far. He taught me how to become a bard in my own right. I did not return for many years, until recently, in fact. It was an odd feeling to discover that Lord Farthington lost his own fortune years ago. Both he and his household were now dead from the plague. It was that fate that had awaited me. My mother, I've only seen her once since my return. Oh, she's still alive? She lived all these years as a poor seamstress, it seems, bitter and blaming me for poor luck when had befallen her. We said little to each other, and she ordered me out of their leaky cottage. I did find out one thing, however. She's dying. She suffers from bone rot, a disease which would require the attention of several clerics for a month to heal normally. With the plague, however, no one can help her. I've tried in vain to find one who can. Is there nothing that can be done? I only know of one cure for bone rot, an extract from a flower that's said to be grown on the fabled cliffs of Mount Celestia. Finding such a potion would be difficult. I have no doubt. It's my hope to find one, however. Save my mother's life. I don't know her really, but I'd like to do this one thing for her now. Is this your potion? It is! How you came across something, I'll never know. Thank you, Joe. I'll send this to Mother as soon as possible. You made me feel so much better. Take this. It's a belt that belonged to Dan. Oh, fuck Dannon. Thank you.
Yes? Is there something you need?
Level up.
Yes? Is
Go. Alright. 2 down, 2 to go. Is Lanu in here? Yes. Alright. We'll do Lanu and Body Knock Glinkles quests tomorrow. And I will see you. Thanks for watching. Bye.